While the French are famous for baguettes and red wine, they've also been trendsetters in Formula One technology, namely in turbocharged engines. In 1977, Renault's 1.5-litre turbos began taking on 3-litre aspirated engines. One of the first people involved was René Arnoux. 149 races, 7 victories. For him too, it was an unforgettable time.
I think that my exciting moment in my career was the duel between Gilles Villeneuve and me in Dijon. Gilles used a Ferrari normal aspirate engine, I used a turbocharged engine. 6 laps before the end, he touched me, I touched Gilles, and it was really exciting. But I must adjust my driving with my car, turbocharged car, but this was a really, really exciting moment with a very, very good friend of mine.
Friendship between Grand Prix drivers was and is very special. Competing by day, partying by night. At the end of this tussle, Arnoux lost out narrowly on the home straight and came in third. The race nevertheless saw the first win for a Renault Turbo, namely that of Jean-Pierre Jabouille. Time passes, but the gents from France are unable to let racing go. They repeatedly meet up at motorsports events, such as in Germany at the Renault Days. Turbo engines have always been a particularly difficult breed and still need to be gently coaxed into life, just as they always did.
When Renault decided to go with this type of technology, he said to me, René, don't be afraid, it's very high technology, very difficult, but it's really the best for the future in Formula One. And he was the best.
With the R5 in the 1970s, the foundations were laid for today's Renault Cups and race series. The R5 handled extremely well at the limit. It had a sporty torsion bar chassis and was powered by a 1.4-litre aspirated engine. Depending on the carburetor, it could produce over 140 brake horsepower, a top power-to-weight ratio for a car with an empty weight of just under 800 kilos. Faster, higher, further, the French implanted into their little friend a mid-position engine with a fuel injection and attached a Garrett turbocharger to the exhaust manifold. The result, an impressive 160 horsepower. It was a spectacle that they didn't want to deny would-be Renault drivers, and so a fiery road version was launched. They managed to upgrade the 160 horsepower version to a staunch 250, a veritable cannonball ride. And one thing's clear, a Renault 5 Turbo is just as much fun today as it used to be, with easy, nimble handling. And here's rare film evidence that shows why people sometimes say there's a bit of the R5 Turbo in him. The pinnacle of this high-tech breed was crowned by Renault's 1500cc Grand Prix V6 turbos, which at peak performance unleashed no less than 1,300 brake horsepower. Today, turbo engine cars have their deserved place in motoring museums, recalling the brief but intense era of endless turbocharging possibilities.